Shalom. All praises and glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And shalom to the Akim. I just wanted to, bring, basically, go into Wisdom of Solomon 5. All right. The scriptures is vast and, everything is in the scriptures. Basically, I was reading this and I realized, Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 11 is describing how birds fly. Okay, it tells you exactly how birds fly. Okay, so this is we can just go into it. Then we'll go, what it's actually describing through the scriptures, in the scriptures. But anyway, Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 11. Or as when a bird have flown through the air. Okay, so the bird, or as when a bird have flown through the air. So the bird is flying through the air. All right, there is no token of her way to be found. So you can't see any traces of her. Okay, of the flight basically. But the bird is still in the air, all right? But the light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings, but the light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings and parted, so the air, okay, is parted because it's being beaten by her wings, okay, by when the bird flaps her wings, the strokes of her wings. So, but the light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings and parted with the violent noise and motion of them. So the motion, okay, and the noise, which is actually like an actual equation. So in motion is definitely a physical equation, okay? So we're going into the physics of it, but the light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings and parted with the violent noise of the motion of them is passed through. And so so this passage is describing when the bird is flapping her wings to take flight. Okay, the wings are hitting the air and it's parting, and it basically the air is supporting the bird is supporting itself with the air on top and the air on the bottom. Okay, and that's producing enough enough lift to counter the bird's weight. At least that's how it is in aerodynamics. It's just the wing is the same idea in when an airplane takes flight. Is the wing and then the air on top and the air on the bottom. They part and then they come together again, and that creates lift. Okay, all right. Anyway, so that's the same thing, but the bird's airfoil, it's its wings and its curvature or whatever, and the air goes above and below the wing, and as the scripture describes, the stroke of her wings and parted with the violent noise and motion of them. All right, so that's describing flight, and then it's saying it's passed through, and therein afterwards no sign. Okay, when she went, where she went is to be found. Okay, all that noise and flapping, you hear it, but there's no trace. All right, but this is the Wisdom of Solomon, and it's basically describing, basically how the wicked is going to be amazed, at the salvation of the righteous, basically, and now they're grieving for their their wickedness or whatever, and it's just describing how all their wickedness and is basically is basically evaporated. Basically, it was for naught. It came to nothing. All right. We wearied ourselves in Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 7. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we have not known it. All right. What hath pride profited us? Verse 8. Or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasteth by. Okay, and then it goes into the different comparisons, and then verse 11 is a comparison. The bird's flapping its wing to take flight, but then you don't see you don't see the traces of that action. All right, so that's the wickedness of and then of course at the bottom, Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 23. Yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them. All right, and a mighty wind is that thermonuclear destruction. All right, and that's we got this one from Letters to the Church 105. Okay, 20 and 26. Job 20 and 26. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. And that's the nuclear fire. Okay, it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. And then Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. So that's that same wind. All right. Yea, a mighty wind, in the Wisdom of Solomon 5, yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. And that's exactly what's going on in geopolitically. Okay, and that's scriptures. There's the living scriptures. All right, it's here and it's actually happening. I don't know which one was it. 16. We already did the 11, and 12, but there was another one. What is it? Anyway, okay, here it is. Wisdom of Solomon 6 verse 20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Okay, so the Esau's kingdom is at its tipping point, Jacob, is the beginning of the new kingdom. So, in the scripture says the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, and the wisdom is the wisdom. The wisdom is the scriptures, the scriptures of the Lord. So, Hey, it's all making sense. I just wanted to, I was thinking about, the birds coming to flight, but all those things are interrelated. So, I hope it was edifying. Okay. All praises unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and Shalom.